Good morning and welcome to Chongqing Jiangbei International Airport here. Sitting outside the iFly 737 MAX 8 the Singapore Airlines livery. So it is Mike Bravo Romeo here today, the second newest MAX 8 in the SIA fleet. Yeah, the newest is Mike Bravo Sierra. And this aircraft is actually very young. It's it's about probably 8 months old. Yeah, probably under that actually. Yeah, seven months old I think. Yeah, less than a year old at any rate. Yeah, so very nice aircraft here. Did a bit of editing of the livery here from the Mike Bravo Papa 1 on flightsim.to just to make it well, in my eyes at least, a bit more realistic. Change some of the textures and also change the fonts, yeah, here and there. So yeah, very nice. And yeah, let's get going. So welcome here to the flight deck. The aircraft is all set up, ready to go as usual. And let's get the rest of this going, and then we can do bring the AP on the bus. Okay, so let's take the operational flight plan here today. This is Singapore 819er service from Singapore to from Chongqing, Jiangbei, back to Singapore. Jiangbei to Changi rather. So course and tax 30, ground distance 1940. That's relatively long. You can see the flight time here is expected to be 4 hours 37 minutes. Yeah, and we have a wind component of -22, which means 22 knots of headwind. So initially cruising, they say planned optimum flight level. So initially 9,800 meters, which corresponds to China RVSM metric flight level will be 321, and then possibly stepping up to 341. Yeah, depends on the weather and all that. We'll see how. And then Sagak, we will go actually before Sagak. Yeah, before when the aircraft makes the left turn to align itself with the airway that leads to Sagak, they already change back to imperial flight levels. Is that what you call it? Yeah, basically it's going to be 340 lah. Yeah. And then until Bangkok is where they revert back to not revert back to, but rather change to the odd flight level system all the way back to Singapore. So the routing here today is checked from both the on the Chinese airspace side. This is from these China standard routes. The standard routes for basically every flight. Yeah, so the Nutfo all the way to Sagak is from there, and then from Sagak down all the way. This was checked with the help of some Photoshop and radar box with an overlay on the Skyvector to see the exact airways. And we'll be offsetting, of course, along this route because that's what they do. So I'll just look at some aircraft flying along the airways, see how much they're offsetting left or right, and then we'll try and do that. Never tried it in the iFly MAX here, so it could be let's see how the aircraft behaves. And all the way down to Singapore, so departure will be Nutfo 6 Yankee departure, and then the arrival is going to be radar vectors. Okay, but we'll put in some speed restrictions later on route. Yeah, because this follows quite closely the Lalo arrival, so we'll kind of just follow the Lalo speed restrictions. And then expecting Alice approach from a 02 left into Singapore early morning. Yeah, early morning, the 15th of December. So scheduled off clock is actually timed to 0235 local, which is 1835 Zulu, and as you can see, well, we are going to be late, but that's fine. And then we're going to block in. Scheduled block in is 800 local. Now the schedule is actually we're going to be early, so let's see about that. Yeah, because the flight time, these flight times have been padded, I think, because SIA knows that out of China you're quite possibly quite likely to be delayed because of airspace congestion, because the airway is very narrow corridors, rest of it is military airspace, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think so at least. Yeah, that's why they pad this flight. Also because it's peak arrival period, I don't know. Yeah, but this is quite padded, so we should be early even with a delay. The flight, I think, is full from what I could see. Basically full, 154 pax, which is max for the SIA MAX 8. 4.6 tons of cargo, giving us 80.2 tons of payload, and a zero fuel of 63.3 tons. Yeah, it says 2 in the flight plan, but in the actual aircraft, when I loaded it from the the so-called EFB. Yeah, it was 63.3 and 14.2 tons of fuel total. Okay, burned a little really because yeah, possibly cruising lower level, offset here, left, right, whatever. Yeah, landing weight expected to be well within limits. Takeoff weight, we are also below max takeoff weight. However, we are obviously well about 10 tons above the max landing. Sorry, not 10 tons, about 7 tons above max landing weight. So we'll see about the whether emergency-wise, you know, if we need to return immediately. If not, we can hold and burn off some fuel. So max shear value 12 at Bidru. That is relatively high value. So yeah, looks like there'll be some turbulence which we'll review. Okay, on route here. So weather-wise, departure Jiangbei 2702 meters per second. Yeah, so it's 4 knots. Basically calm winds, 8 kilometers visibility, overcast 9 degrees, QNH 1022, no zig. Yeah, so if you want to convert from meters per second to knots, you just times 2. And this comes from the fact that the nautical mile is 1.852, and then you basically times 3600 to convert from second to hours, right? And 36 divided by 18 is close to 2. Yeah, that's why you basically can just times 2. Singapore currently it's 7,000 with light showers of rain. TCU forecast is looking from basically it'll be good lah. Yeah, only temporary in the afternoon to evening. Thunderstorms also, yeah, but before that, yeah, looks perfectly fine. Lumpur are alternate, currently also light rain, and then in the evening today it is going to have shower thunderstorms, yeah, which is basically now. So yeah, should be all good. Yeah. So no temps from 2 a.m. to well, we have to pay attention to this because it's from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. daily. Flight taxi closer to work in progress. So let's check it out along with our charts here, which you can see. So hotel north of Zulu 3. Okay, I really wish that we could get a new tablet. So hotel north of Zulu 3 is closed. So all the way it is closed. So we'll take Juliet, noted. Taxiway Juliet, wait, what? Taxiway Juliet and Kilo are closed. Well, then how are we going to get to our runway then? Okay, because initially I planned 2-1 right, because well, looks like it's not going to be 2-1 right then. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, because I saw some aircraft departing now. Yeah, so okay. Hotel 1, okay, let's just review. Okay, Juliet and Kilo are closed. Where is Kilo? Kilo is this one. Okay, so basically this side of the airport is closed. Yeah, okay. Hotel 1, Hotel 2, Zulu 1, Zulu 3, closed east of Hotel. East of Hotel, we won't bother with that because, yeah, we won't be using that. Okay, and east of Golf, where is taxiway Golf? Golf here. Zulu's 4 to 6. Zulu 4, Zulu 6. Okay, so basically this section here. Zulu 8, Zulu 9. Zulu 8, Zulu 9. Zulu 8, Zulu 9. Probably somewhere up there, right? Yeah, it is a bit hard to see. Yeah, there you go. Zulu 8, Zulu 9. Okay, so we won't be using that. Okay, we'll taxi probably Zulu 2 lah. We'll take Zulu 2 to taxi out, and we'll change. We'll do the replanning here for the departure. And for additional flight from Hong Kong to Macau, Taiwan, only available for flight with aircraft and aircraft have capability of performance-based navigation except emergency. Noted. Okay, anyway, otherwise, Hotel 3, Hotel 7 is closed. Hotel 3 to Hotel 7. So that is somewhere up here, right? Yep, Hotel 3 to Hotel 7. Golf 4 to Golf 8. Yep, so that's here as well. And Juliet 1, Juliet 6, Kilo 1, Kilo 8. Yeah, basically it's on this side lah. Yeah, because well, we can probably we can guess that it's on this side. Yeah, basically all the high speeds. Juliet 1, Juliet 6, Kilo 1, Kilo 8. Okay, noted. Activities of birds. Foreign taxiways closed. Zulu 1 between Charlie 9 and Charlie. Okay, it's time to pay attention. Zulu 1 between Charlie 9 and Charlie. Charlie 9er and Charlie. So this is closed. And Zulu 1 between Delta 3 and Delta. Delta 3 and Delta. Delta 3 and Delta. Okay, so this is closed. Yeah, that's all we have to manage. The aircraft are forbidden to enter exit parking stand number 10127-230. Parking stand of 229 available aircraft in span not more than 36 meters. Stop bar lights, okay, not relevant for us. With temporary obstacles, wingspan limits for aircraft with golf changes follows. Anything less than 36 for us? No, so that's fine. DDS frequency, falling VOR, okay, progress. Yes, maybe I should have just read that, note them down here. 03 right, 21 left, close. 21 left, 21 right, close, still work in progress. 03 lock limitation, cancel. Singapore, yeah, Victor, November 2 between, okay, this is, that one's not valid, November 2. Flying taxis close, Victor between Victor 8, Victor 12 southbound. Junction of Victor, Charlie 13, Charlie 1, Side 2, Whiskey, Whiskey 1, Victor 1, okay. Follow the grids, okay. Noted. So, now we will just do the re-planning for the departure, yeah, which means, yeah, deleting the takeoff switch, that's fine. So that will change, suck. Yep, that's gonna change now. Okay, yeah, we'll have to change to 20 left actually, yeah, 20 left indeed. That's what we want. 20 left, and it will now still be the Nutwell 6 Yankee. So execute. So these have changed. I'm surprised the takeoff switches were not deleted. That is somewhat surprising. Yeah, because I changed rotation, the switch was deleted. Okay, anyway, let's relook at the performance. So Zuck now 20 left, condition, dry, weather, yep, this is fine. Takeoff on flight 5, calculate. 53557, site temperature now they're asking for 39. Okay, otherwise there's absolutely no difference. Yeah. So 39, so slightly higher N1, 83.5 corresponds there, excellent. And takeoff, flight 5, 53, 53, 57. Trim is still exactly the same. Yeah. Okay. Climb clearance we'll assume is the same because I actually don't know what the climb clearance is out of these places, yeah. And that would also mean that our, well, first of all, let's change this one here. Okay, so let's look at the chart. So let's, we have to repin some of the charts over here. So terminal charts, yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to the EFP because this thing is an absolute pain to deal with. Yeah. Okay, so page down. We still want that. What we do not want is we don't want this, but what we want now RNF Zulu 20 right. Yes, we want that. Okay. And anything else? Yeah. Okay, complete. So let's look at RNF Zulu 20 right. So cost 200, 1081 is now the primary. Okay, this one you can honestly just get rid of it. Yeah, we don't need it anymore. Is there 20 left? Let's put in 20 left. Let's see whether I can put in 20 left. So RNF 20 left. Is there such a... Yes, there is. Okay. Oops. Why did I do that? Okay. Complete. And there you go. 20 left. Frequency is 1101. 200. Yeah, there's no VOR lah, and the departure is also, it's not that there's no VOR, it's just that, you know, we don't really need it, and the departure is RNF, so yeah, just keep it as that. Minimums, we're going to change it now to the 20 right one, which is 150 1549. So 1549. 1549. There you go, and copy left and right. Okay, excellent. And now route 2 has to be changed as well. So route 2 legs, well, departure is going to be off now. The 20 left, and the arrival will be off now. 20 right. Okay, and transition we can do my Papa 3. Let me just confirm that it is indeed my Papa 3. Yeah, my Papa 3, because we'll be doing some sort of right hand circuit. Yeah, my Papa 3. Okay, and the holding there now then. Valid delete. Okay. Runway 20 right. 20 correction. 200 and 25. So that's our holding. Then we can delete this. Then hold at this place. Inbound course 200. Right turns. Yeah. That's fine, yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's the holding that's been programmed now, yeah. Now technically it's actually should be holding 20 left, right? But there's no 20 left waypoint in the FMC because we are landing 20 right. Yeah. Rather not FMC in the route 2 legs, yeah. Okay. So that's the departure change. Briefing completed. Let's make sure it's copied over correctly. This has been sent. Okay. Yep. Excellent. Well, also luckily we checked the modems. Yeah. And they changed the altitude. Now I really don't understand why this changed because I really set it to not change based on. Yeah, do not send data automatically. So I'm not sure why this is changing, but whatever. Yeah. Day 200. Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, further adds to the delay, but yeah, better be. It's nice to have the procedures correctly done. Okay, so anyway, we were at parking stands. Okay, we're currently at parking stands. Rather, let's continue reviewing the flight plan. So NOTAMs have been reviewed. Okay, and let's take a look at the weather now. So the weather generally, yeah, you can see that there's some CBs, some bit of turbulence. Yeah, maybe that's why they told me about the shear value. In fact, turbulence is, yeah, it's light to moderate turbulence south of China there, yeah, Yunnan province. And as we cross down Thailand, Vietnam, everything fine. There's some CBs down to Singapore, occasional CBs. Yeah, should be all good. Yeah. Yep, and a jet stream that we're crossing. So, but otherwise, yeah, I think it's generally fine. Yeah, jet stream flight level 410 to 390. Yeah, that's gonna be above us. We will, however, still feel the effects of that, but that's fine. Okay, so let's look here. We are actually currently at parking stand 355 now. It should be 355 left, I believe, because the gate is H02, and I think it's H01, H02. That's how it works. But this scenery doesn't have it. Yeah, this scenery just has one singular parking stand here. Yeah, so okay, yeah, we'll take that. So push back onto Golf, face north, taxi out Golf, Zulu 2, and it will take taxiway Delta all the way north to our holding point Echo 11 because there's no intersection departure available for performance calculations in the tablet. And from Echo 11 departs hotspot. Yeah, we are probably telling you not to mess up and enter runway, something like that. Yeah. So departure of 20 left, full length departure, and then it's going to be the Nutfall 6 Yankee departure. So Nutfall 6 Yankee departure is quite straightforward. Firstly, it's going to be 492 overfly waypoint here. Okay, 492, then track 200 out to 411. Rather 412. So 492, 412, 418, and then 419, and then to Nutfall. Yeah, MSA 46 in in our sector. Turning up north, you can go up to 66, yeah, for our approach, so we gotta be careful of that. Now it's transition 9850, feet to meter conversion, that's fine. Okay, yep, all looking good. Anything else to pay attention to? Not really, yeah, so everything is fine. Let's review that, make sure it's tallies in our stick here. So indeed 402, 412, 418, 419, and then level. Yeah, straightforward, and you can see the 25-mile range ring and the two radios have been drawn up to mark the MSA 4666. So if we have an engine failure, you'll be hitting select runway heading 200 and climb up to 5,000 feet to make sure that we are clear of the MSA, heading select all the way. And for the approach, we'll further we'll make sure that if you're vectored, we have to make sure we're vectoring here. We need to make sure that we're above the MSA, okay? Which is going to be 6,600 or 7,000 to be safe. If you're coming in for the approach, however, we can check with the controller, or just check, make sure we're following the altitudes that are in the arrival. And yeah, that will be fine, and that will keep us safe for the ILS 20 right approach to Chongqing. Yeah, looking good from Mike Papa 36890 anyway, the minimum altitude, yeah, so that will be fine. Rejected takeoff, below 80 knots, reject for any master caution abnormalities, above 80 reject for any engine fire, aircraft safe until 5 bird strike, ignore the bird strike wind shear warnings. Of course, stop, disconnect auto throttle, close throttles, simultaneously apply max reverse, manually speed brake lever, apply maximum braking, verify throttles close, auto throttle disconnect, maximum speed brake up, max reverse applied, maximum braking or operation of until auto brakes. You go 180 knots, 60 knots, stop the aircraft on the runway 740, uniform air traffic control, no reject. If we are coming into land, emergency, okay, no, time critical, we'll land overweight, that's fine, about 76 tons, yeah, so overweight about 7 tons. However, if we have, if we have time, it's not urgent, time critical, we can go out there, hold off fuel burn, yeah. So, pushback, taxi out, sit, your sit has all been discussed, yeah. So looking good, and we can prepare the aircraft now for the pushback. It's going to look something like this probably. And then 2 here. Let's just put it here now. Wait, is that it? Wait, that. Yeah, there are 2 taxiway lines. Let me just confirm that there are indeed supposed to be 2 taxiway lines here. Yes, indeed there are. So one is hotel, one is golf. Yeah. So you want to be on golf, lah. Yeah. Because closures left, right, center. Okay, route 2 anyway. Yeah, we should take a look at route 2, right? So route 2 has been programmed to spec as well. Okay, coming out here for the holding. This location, 25 miles, inbound course 200 right hand turns, and then we need to do the arrival will be via Mike Papa 3, yeah, to come in for the others 20 right approach. Minimum is 1549 set, both sides causes 200 set, and frequency 110.1. 110.1 actually should be our primary right now, because we want to make sure that it aligns with the departure and the departure runway. Let me just confirm that it is 20 left. Yeah, 1101. So later it's just a check to make sure we line up the correct runway. This should be perfectly in line. And then 1081 is going to be for the 20 right. There you go, 1081. Okay, squawk code 1541 is set. We're getting ready to go. Boarding off, transponder on. 1541 is I saw 1543, 1540, yeah, it's 1545, some of the squawk codes that they were given, yeah, so it should be all good. Okay, all looking good, yeah, looking good, very good. Briefing is basically complete. We are basically ready to go already. Can close the flight deck door. Okay, excellent. And yep. We now need the airport chart, right? Yeah, we'll use this now. Let's see. This thing will serve as a nice airport chart. Yeah. So yeah, let's discuss the performance for the departure. Performance and payload. ZUC. Rating. Takeoff 1. Takeoff 2 is not available. Flap 5. Packs on. NTI is off. Condition is dry. 2704 knots, 9 degrees. Can reach 1002. And runway 20 left, of course. Takeaway 77349er, that's yeah, roughly our takeoff weight. 53, 53, 57, VF40 is 154. NADP 1 for departure today. So ignore this thing. It's second temperature 3983.5, which checks as we already checked earlier. So 39835, climb 1 and takeoff 1. Flap 553, 5357, 6.8 units of trim set. So the reason why we're doing NADP 1 is because in the charts, actually asks us to do an ADP 1. Yeah. See, 1005 climb speed of V2 plus 20 kilometers per hour is interesting. Yeah, V2 plus 10. And then yeah, 3000 accelerates smoothly. So yeah, they want us to do an ADP 1. We'll do an ADP 1. Yeah. Okay, everything all good. Let's do the pre-flight checklist. So, pre-flight checklist. Oxygen tested 100%. Navigation transfer display switches. We have normal auto. Window heat is on. Pressurization mode selector auto set for 320. Attachments, we've got heading. We should go back to map, please. Yeah, heading of and then range. Let's do range 10. Range 10 on both sides. Yeah. Range 10 and we want the VSD, yeah. Range 10 VSD. Okay, range 10, heading 279, 279, QNH 1022, indicating 1350 is checked once, twice, and 3 times. We have the meters on because, you know, just to, yeah, help with the metric RVSM, just sort of, yeah. Even though we will dial, of course, everything in here, in feet, but just to make sure it's roughly in line, and we should. No, there's no meters button here. Yeah. Okay. Parking brake is set. Engine start levers are cut off. Pre-flight checklist complete. Is there any air traffic control? If there's no, there probably isn't. Yeah. It's like what, 3 a.m. now. Okay. Yeah, it's coming up at 3 a.m. So let's do the before start checklist down to the anti-collision light. Before start checklist, EFP, airplane mode papers, logbooks on board. Doors, we have flight deck door is closed. Up here, doors are closed as well. Fuel, we have 14130, and we should have 6 pumps on. The requirement is yeah, 13.8 lah. That was our 0 block fuel, so that's more than enough. Crossfeed is closed. Passenger signs are on. Windows are locked on both sides. MCP V2 157 heading 200, altitude 5,100 feet. Yeah, because initial climb clearance, I'm well, not expecting. I'm just randomly, yeah, chose a value which was yeah, randomly chose a southbound value which is 1,800 meters. So yeah, so 1,800 meters, then yeah, 59 is the corresponding flight level in feet. So takeoff speeds, we have 153, 153, 157 checked and set. Serial pre-flight is complete. Rudder aileron trim, we have free and 0 taxi takeoff briefing complete. Holding and anti-collision. Alright, so everything good. We can do the PA, and then we can also do the system page. Ground support. We have that already there, so disconnect, remove chocks, set. Parking brake is set, and let's go ahead and connect the tug.
Cockpit to ground.
Okay, let's do the PA.
This is ground. Stand
Ladies and
by.
gentlemen, very good evening. Very good morning. Apologies from the flight deck. Me here, welcome aboard Singapore Airlines flight 819, and with me the flight deck here of First Officer, blah, 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 Senior First Officer, and blah, 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 and with looking after you in the cabin, the flight manager, blah, blah, blah. So, flight time today expected to be approximately 4 hours and 40 minutes, cruising basically over China, the province of Yunnan, down to across Laos, Thailand,
Okay,
then
sir.
across Takeoff of Thailand, down
Bypass
south,
engine
along
installed.
Peninsula Malaysia,
All
to
doors
arrive
and
into
hatches
Singapore
closed and all
from
ground equipment is removed.
north.
The parking
Flight
brakes
time
are set.
that
You may lift.
weather conditions en route today expected to be generally a little
Parking brake
bumpy
set.
initially
Lifting the aircraft.
during the climb out, and then will be smoother as we
Standing
cross
by for pushback.
south over Thailand, and then coming up towards the Singapore and Peninsula Malaysia, there might be possibility of some thunderstorms, which we will avoid. And those of you on the seat on the left side of the aircraft will have a beautiful sunrise view as we cruise heading south. We do trust that you enjoyed the flight. If you do wish to monitor the progress of the flight, do so via the flight entertainment system Flightpath channel. Thank you very much for watching the Fly Singapore Airlines, and wish you a pleasant flight. Speak to you before descent with the latest arrival weather conditions into Singapore. Okay. So any one behind us? Nope, no one behind us. Very good. Then let's go ahead and take the anti-collision on. Pins can remain, they have the pin in, so those can remain on, and we can start pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
So before start check is complete, and let's prepare to
Go
go.
ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are
Chongqing traffic,
released.
Singapore 819er pushback parking stand 355 to
pushback. You
face
can start the engine
north on
sequence.
Takeoff. Chongqing traffic.
It will start in the
Alright,
sequence.
Off block time 01. Yeah. 26 minutes late. Yeah. Okay, lah, can. Yeah, this flight sometimes gets delayed. Yeah. But of course, this delay was due to me not checking the node temps. So by the way, these values are all good, lah. Yeah. Well, the quantity is good. Yeah. So take that away, and let's say clear to start engines. So, okay, start sequence will be 2 then 1 starting number 2. And 2. And 1 motoring. All pressure. Fuel flow, EGT, start a crowd monitoring 2. Two stable, start number 1. N2. N1.
Okay, pushback completed.
Motoring.
Please set your parking brake.
Ground.
Brake
You may
sets.
disconnect.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect.
So ground crew disconnecting up ahead. fuel flow and EGT. Not sure if these values are a little low because we know that 2573 are the stable values for the Team 1B, but yeah, this is always in the 4 range. Yeah, it always comes up and then it drops down there about 490. This line goes out. Yeah, the red line goes away. Starter cutout. Monitor 1. Okay, 1 stable. The start flow. Okay, flight control check. Full up. Full down. Control. Full left. Full right. Neutral rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Flight controls checked. And before taxi checklist, please. Generators on, probe heat on, anti-ice off, hydraulic system switches are on. Isolation valve is auto. Engine start switches continuous. Recall check auto brake RTO. Engine start levers idle T10. Flight controls are checked and transponder now should be going into. Yeah, it's already mode Charlie. Yeah. So transponder reporting off and ground equipment left side clear and right side clear. Okay, our reduction altitude is 1005. Gonna check the latest meta again. Just to make sure we don't have to put in NTIs. Yeah, overcast 5000. So yeah, there's no visible moisture. Visibility is excellent, so we can keep NTIs off. Yeah. Alright, before taxi checklist complete, and we are ready to taxi. Okay, so let's get the thermal charts up here. Alright. Thrust going. Chongqing traffic Singapore 819er taxi holding point runway 20 left via Golf. Taxiway Zulu 2, taxiway Delta, and to the Echo 11 holding point runway 20 left. Chongqing traffic. Okay, looking good so far. This scenery, right? Actually, this scenery is by Samsung 3D, by the way. Yeah, I'd say, right, it has a lot of potential. I mean, you know, yeah, every scenery has potential, but they are known for their city packages, and the city package for this is really nice. I gotta say, it's really, really nice. We'll see whether we'll be able to see it later on departure. So max 15 knots in the apron area, come out to 15, I'll apply some braking. We have 3-minute warm up ready. Okay, slow down a bit, yeah, and then let the aircraft speed up to about 10 knots. So Golf all the way up brings us nicely to the first left, which is Zulu 1, and then Zulu 2 is the one that we want. Yeah, so this is Zulu 1, Zulu 2. And let's say cabin crew are dimming the lights now for departure. So I think they actually use, yeah, they use something that is sort of this color. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and use that as well. Okay, let's just look. Zulu 2 is confirmed. Next taxiway. So left side clear, right side clear. Zulu 2. accelerate a little. Yeah, pretty long taxi here, gotta say, yeah. Looking pretty nice, I gotta say, yeah. So you may notice that the beacon is now the slow flashing one, yeah, which is actually what they modeled, yeah, because this is the LED beacon. The so-called fast flashing one isn't really accurate. But need quite a lot of thrust over here, slowing down. Okay, let's add more thrust. Yeah, because Mike Bravo Oscar onwards all have the fast flashing beacons, yeah. So this is Tango 1 that we're crossing now, which is here. Next right will be, well, Foxtrot, Echo and Delta. We want to be on Delta. So this is Foxtrot, it's checked. So yeah, I think that's why it's up, because we've definitely climbed a little bit. So the airport's not flat. Nice to see that it's not actually totally flat. Yeah. So Fox Echo Delta, both left and right are all clear. So taxiway Delta coming up here. So nice to see that, yeah, this part of the old, this is the, I think the older side, yeah. It's a pretty massive airport, yeah, I gotta say. Pretty good. Alright, let's do the before takeoff checklist as we accelerate towards the holding point. Before takeoff checklist. Flaps, we got 5 green light, and stabilizer trim. We have 6.85 units set before takeoff checklist complete. So no changes to departure briefing, all standard. Yeah, and we're going to all the way to the end. Actually, no, not all the way to the end. Yeah, we gotta look out. So Echo 11 is coming up already. So this is Echo 10. Next is Echo 11. Time to apply some braking. Okay, Echo 11 is confirmed. Well, it says Echo 10 here, which I'm pretty certain is wrong. It's Echo 10. What? No, that's mislabeled taxiway, yeah, that's fine. Okay, time to go to the nutful chart. And let's say cleared to line up by air traffic control. Chongqing traffic, Singapore 819 line up runway 20 left via Echo 11 for departure, Chongqing. So lights. Okay, no weather radar is in op.
Approaching 2
Cabin crew,
0
takeoff stations, please,
left.
thank you. 20 right, 20 left is checked. Right side clear. Left side clear. Lights on. Checklist complete, cabin crew advice. Ready to go. Okay, let's say we clear takeoff. Chongqing traffic, Singapore,
On runway
819 takeoff
20
runway 20
left.
left, 946 departure, Chongqing. So timing. Stabilized and takeoff. A35, just set. Knots checked.
V1.
Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. LNAV. N1 VNAV speed. Okay, reduction. Slight lowering in the pitch to fly the commanded speed. I'll say flight director commands are quite nice, yeah, quite nice. Okay, command. So I can do the after takeoff checklist. Command. Rudder after takeoff low. Okay, waiting for approximately 4,400 and then there will be acceleration. There you go, acceleration. Swatch for the AFDS. Positive trend. Flaps 1. Okay, we are coming up to 2,000 to go. Rather 1,000 to go. And flaps up. Let's say air traffic control further clearance up to climb now 5,000, let's say 6,000 meters. So that would be corresponding to 197. -7 set. We have flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist, please. Engine bleeds on, packs auto, landing gear up, flaps up, no lights. After takeoff checklist complete. position is extended once, twice, 3 times, and also flight level 100, so lights. And weather up ahead generally looks fine, so let's get the fasten belts auto. Acceleration is being flown quite nicely here. Let's actually decrease the range. I want to see how this is done. Go ahead and reset. And reset over here. Okay, altimeter is passing flight level 117. Okay, 118. Now. Checked. So they'll go to your beverage now, and they also draw the curtains. So in a bit of a left turn here. Yeah, slight overshoot, okay, but yeah, I really hope Service Pack 1 fixes this. It's a very small thing, but you know, it's not a very small thing. Yeah. It's a very small thing, but it's not a very small thing. Okay, 5 coming out to 6 minutes and already down there already, so yeah, overall pretty fine. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be relatively uneventful. Really not much to do. Yeah, currently now we're still climbing out. Yeah, later we will probably we'll see about the offsets. Yeah, because I do intend to offset, so we'll look at the offsetting. And the aircraft is heavily delayed. Yeah, so we actually departed before the actual aircraft. Yeah, so I say not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah. Right, see you later, either cruise or for the arrival descent. currently on descent passing almost about 130 degrees, so let's set local QNH once, twice, and 3 times. Currently we are on so-called radar vectors of our arrival. Yeah, a bit of weather deviation that we just gave ourselves here to avoid this build-up over here, well, the worst of it at least. And that is plus 14, so engine NTIs can stay off. Okay, so currently just past Paspu, we are on the arrival for the so-called radar vectors arrival that follows quite closely the Lelep arrival. Sorry, not the Lelep, the Lalo arrival, which is why I put in the restrictions from the Lalo arrival. So Nylon 220 and Sanat 190. Yeah, speed restrictions just to help the VNAV computation here. This is the Lalo 1 Alpha. Yeah. So the arrival sort of joins up here from Nafa, then Pimbap, Paspu, and come down here and expect radar vectors approach runway 02. MSA all looking good here. So we are planning to do the ILS approach runway 02 left, then Charlie Whiskey. Runway 02 left coming in here like that, and then we'll vector ourselves onto the final. So we got Samco at Apipa at 3,500 and above. Let's check over here. So Apipa 3,500 and above, checked. Then we have Anoma 3,500 and above as well. It's checked. Then after that Akipo 2,500 above, Anik 1,005 exactly. All checked, and then glide path 3 degrees down from the final approach fix down to the threshold of the runway. And threshold elevation is 22 feet, so should be something okay. 1,000 to go, should have done that a bit earlier. Let's say continue to descend 7,000. Continue to descend 7,000 is checked. And we already speed 220, yep. So less than 1,000 already. And runway 02 left, threshold elevation. Okay, it says here 20, I'm not sure, whether that's, okay, whatever, that's fine. We won't be using that anyway. So 10,000 lines. Crew is already, passengers are already seated. Okay, passing 10,000. This approach is fairly straightforward. This approach climb straight ahead to 1,000, then climbing left to 4,000 via heading 335 above Papa Uniform Radio 356 Akoma and hold us by ATC. Holding Imba Akoma, Imba course 176 left hand turns, max 220 and hold on until 4,000 feet. So they got 1,000, turn left heading 335, intercept radio 356 to Akoma inbound course holding 176 left hand turns, link time 1 minute, 4,000 above, speed 220 below. Okay, that's all checked, best speed 218. Yeah, that is all looking good lah. Okay. The arrival itself, we expect to okay, let's take ourselves back into here. Yeah, I'm lowering the bank angle just to make things a little smoother lah. Yeah, but as we pass like once we pass like 8,000, I'll turn it back. Once we finish this turn, I'm gonna turn it back around to let's go heading 200. Okay, once we finish the turn, I'm gonna bring back to 25. Yeah. So for the arrival, we expect to vacate via taxiway Whiskey 5. Let's look at the land performance here. You can see all in up, even if it results all in up, flap 30, NTIs bleeds on, NTIs off, auto brake 2. Condition is wet. The reason why we'll check it out later. Flap 30, 3502 knots, also temperature 24, carriage 1009. It's giving us 2284. If we look at the over here for Whiskey 502 left, it's 1966. Yeah, we should be able to meet it, no problem. Okay, let's say continue descent. Let's say air traffic controls advises us that we have quite a few more track miles to run now. So we're going to just go vertical speed, 500 feet per minute. And this one goes back to 35. MC speed, vertical speed. Yep. And let's say to further reduce to 210. So reduce speed now 210 knots. Yeah. So the reason why condition is wet, okay, is because current meta in Singapore is, okay, let's just check. Says it's variable 2 knots, 4,500 rain, fuel 1,005, fuel 1,007 TCU, scattered 070, broken 15024, temperature 240.23, Greenwich 101010, becoming from 0100 till 0115, 6,000 nose even weather. Noted. So, well, basically, yeah, we are going to be arriving in the midst of a bit of some rain, okay, which is fine. Yeah, I believe that's actually the airport sort of loading in. That's why I got this a bit of slight stutter there. Okay, that's fine, no problem. Okay. Let's continue vectoring ourselves. Let's say heading 210 by the controller. So plan to vacate Whiskey 5 with the reversers should be no problem from my experience, yeah, unless I float all the way down the runway, which I hopefully won't do. We should be able to land quite nicely and vacate Whiskey 5, which you'll look at over. Now this is another good thing, which is what look at this. So vacate Whiskey 5 and then taxi Quebec. Why Quebec? Because parking stand today is apparently Echo 7. Yeah, so Whiskey 5, Quebec, and then taxi Tango all the way down to parking stand Echo 7. And that's the parking stand we're going to be using, and that's the real parking stand the aircraft is going to be using as well, because next sector will be off to Da Nang. It's going to be delayed because the real SQ 819 is also delayed. Yeah, the real SQ 819 is pretty heavily delayed, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, not to be honest, well, that's just the fact. Yeah, it's delayed. Yeah, so next one is SQ 172 off to Da Nang. We already have India Charlie Whiskey ident already capturing the localizer. Even though of course it's useless right now, there's no need for us to even have it. So keep the descent going, keep it all going nicely, coming along. Okay. Maybe we should announce so-called downwind. Singapore traffic, Singapore 819 passing 6,300 feet now on right downwind for the ILS runway 02 left approach, approximately 340 track miles to touchdown, Singapore traffic. Yeah, approximately 40 track miles touchdown. Yeah. What's actually say 44 track miles. Hey, that's not too bad. Yeah. I just sort of estimated it from looking at this. And this is assuming, I'm guessing, something like that. We'll cut ourselves a bit short because, well, there's no reason to need to fly the entire arrival. Yeah. You can see clearly, indeed, there is rain. This island right here, they're looking at it's Takeoff, so I think it's actually a pretty good representation of the weather in Singapore. So well done to Meteor Blue. Is it Meteor Blue or Metro? I think Meteor Blue makes more sense. Yeah, Meteor Blue and Asobo for the rain depiction. Pretty realistic. Yeah. Checks. Okay, I've been missing the 1,000 to go calls a lot, unfortunately. Okay. Coming through to landing stations. Yeah, I think they do it quite early, and also bad weather, so we want to keep it early because they've got unexpected gusts and whatever. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to descend 4,000. And we're going to keep ourselves coming into a nice little vector here. Yeah, so just keep it down, coming 4,000. Yeah. So all looking good. Yeah. And 4,000 happens to be the misapproach altitude as well, so all prepared. And by the way, we have courses set off. 023 frequency is 110.9. This backup on the right is 116.5 is for the Kong VR is based on the misapproach, which the misapproach is based on rather, and then 108.3 the Charlie Echo for the ILS02 center in case of a last minute switch in real world, in the real world, yeah. And minimums, we have dialed in the 02 minimums of 222, left and right side. Okay, this, yeah, we didn't do the send check. Okay, but prime pressure 50 feet check, recall, check auto brake 2, landing data VREF 143, minimums 222, approach briefing completed, send checklist complete, approach checklist now, altimeter is 1009, set once, twice, 3 times, passing, altitude 5,200 now, check. Approach checklist complete. I wish I've done that a bit earlier, but that's fine. Yeah, so that's the airport right there. You can actually see it. Yeah. Very nice, looking very nice. So it's predicting that we're gonna cross somewhere here. Yeah, this is actually quite a nice feature, I gotta say. Yeah, the VSD, very useful. Again, I missed the to go, but yeah, I find out with 78,000 footsteps. Yeah, so it's already 1,000 to go. Okay. So keep it coming along. Let's say to turn right now, heading of 230 now. 230. Yeah, reduce speed now 190 knots. We know we need to be 180 by 8 after 150 to 4 mile final. So we'll try now. We will respect that. And clear to descend now to 2,500 feet. Is that are those altitudes that they give? Honestly, I don't know. Yeah. We are above the glide slope, which is well, highly expected since all the way out here. Let's go level change, dynamic speed. Okay, rate of descent increasing arm. Let's go vertical speed now. 1,200 per minute. Akipo we expect to be 2,005. So actually right now, right, we if we vector ourselves for 8 mile final, we'll be just nice. So let's turn right now. Heading of 290. So check 1,000 feet per minute. Let's go 900 feet per minute, yeah. And further reduce now, 180. Singapore traffic, Singapore, in one and the right space for the ILS runway 02, right, 12 track miles touchdown. Singapore traffic, corrections, ILS 02 left. Okay. 500 feet per minute, and let's go for lock. Okay, locked on already, and approach please. Glide slope bump. Okay, unfortunately, well, yeah, should have done a bit better. That's fine, all require. Yeah, if we'd done better, we wouldn't have to level off. So set runway heading.
2,500.
It's checked. So currently 8.7 DME, 8 miles, we'll go exactly 8 miles, we'll go 150, 4 miles. Of course, we'd have been cleared approach already. Single channel glide slope. Okay, 8 miles now. Gear down, flap 15. Match speed. Start switches. Speed brake. Lap 30. Our VF today is 148, so yeah, honestly 150 to 4, that one doesn't really matter. Yeah. Landing checklist, engine start switches continuous, speed brake up, green light landing, gear down, 3 green flaps, 30 green light landing, checklist complete. Missed approach altitude set 4,000. Missed approach altitude set and confirmed. Yes, confirmed. Singapore traffic, Singapore, in one ILS 02 left established. Currently 5 miles to touchdown. Singapore traffic. See 8 AM Monday morning, yeah, no point making calls. Well, look at that, that's really heavy rain, you really can't see anything. Yeah, or poor visibility, yeah. Okay, checklist complete, and let's say we've received our landing clearance, yeah, because I want to, take it manually from here. And let's go. So disconnecting. Flight director, auto throttle off. I think Boeing guidance is if you're not visual, actually don't disconnect. But yeah, this aircraft is very enjoyable to hand fly, I have to say. Yeah, very hand flies really nicely. Yeah. So follow the flight director guidance as closely as possible.
$1,000.
That is checked, stabilized.
Approaching 02 left.
Checked.
$500.
Checked.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, slight bit of a bounce there, but it's fine. Speed break up, reverse it normal. Knots. Yeah, look at that, no problems at all. 60 knots. In fact, yeah, it's pretty perfect actually. Manual brakes.
Caution on taxiway. On taxiway.
That's fine, rapid exit taxiway, we can go fast. Whiskey 5, taxi Quebec. Support traffic Singapore 819er, runway 2, secure correction 02 left vacated, taxi whiskey, correction taxi Quebec, Tango for parking stand Echo 7, Singapore traffic. Right, max wingspan 65 meters, no problem there. Right, start this APU now into single engine taxi, which is I believe SI does do that real life. Actually, they may not, yeah, I don't know. Surface is not contaminated now, so we can afford to do single engine taxi. So trim is set to 4 units, which it is now. And APU starting. Break off. Weather radar is already off. Transponder can go to altitude reporting off. Flight directors. This can go to 3-1. Speed can go to 100. Even though I don't think SI does any of this in real life. Yeah, they, or at least the aircraft photos that I see don't have this. Okay, let's slow down a bit, coming up to the point where we will need to make the turn. Papa 7 is checked. So what else is it? Yeah, we set these two. We want this, yep. So Papa 7, then Papa 8, then Tango. Papa 8 is confirmed. This used to be named Papa 1, but they, to synchronize it with the rest of the, because over there it's Romeo 8, so to synchronize it, they chose to rename it, smart move lah, smart move. Okay, left side clear, right side clear. Okay, should have been 10 knots for this turn, a little fast, it's fine. Yeah, the combination of this thing plus the weather really, because when there are clouds, the GPS will be a lot harder, so or the VRAM usage is increased, something like that. I think so at least. Okay, this should have come to continuous also. Forgot to do that. Order off, not continuous. Oh, there's some traffic on that sim. Okay, coming up to 3 minutes already. So 3 minutes, shutdown number 1. We shutdown number 1, number 2 in the 7-3. Shutdown number 2 now, Not using the time model scenery, evidently. Okay, approaching Echo 7, which is this one right here. Slow us right down. Lights can come off. Weather radar is confirmed off already. I'll make the tight turn to come in to stand. Alright, we'll just stop ourselves, at the 7-3 marking. Wow, aircraft is slowing down a lot on Singapore, even on, what is this? Definitely shouldn't be slowing down so much, Right, parking brake set, 2 blue, 1 red, engines dead. Cabin crew does the disarm and cross check. Go here. We don't really need the bleed, yeah. So engine 1 2 below 20, anti-collision off. Transponder 2000 standby. Oops. Yeah, well, it was really 2000 really, yeah. Okay, 2000 standby. Right. Shutdown checklist, please. Shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps. We've got everything off except one on for the APU. Passenger signs are off. Probe heat is auto. Hydraulic panel set. Anti-collision light off. Flaps are up, no lights. Parking brake is set. Engine start levers cut off. Weather radar is off. Shutdown checklist complete. So there you go. Pretty nice 2 sectors. I mean, not 2 sectors. Pretty nice sector. Yeah. You think it'll connect? Oh, well, no. Yeah, it won't. Even though it's literally right in front of our face, it's not gonna connect. Well, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yep, pretty nice 2 sectors, I gotta say. I mean, what I keep saying that. Pretty nice sector from Chongqing, you know, all the way down here to Singapore. Yeah, pretty nice indeed. Pretty nice, yeah. The only thing that would be better if the Wi-Fi was, I mean, not the Wi-Fi, the frames were better. Yeah. I think white bright works better. Yeah. Both zones. Yeah. This can, yeah, we'll keep them on. Yeah. So yeah, pretty nice, and block time of how long? Block time of 295 minutes. So that's basically 4 hours and 55 minutes. Yeah, 4 hours 55 minutes, which is pretty nice. And the aircraft looking pretty good over here. Yeah, the APU over there. Actually, let's get the ground. Yeah, let's get the ground power connected again. Yeah, let's get the ground. You know what? No, let's keep it like that. Yeah, yeah, looking pretty nice. Early morning here, Singapore Changi. And what time do we block in? The current time is oh, it's not even. Oh, look at that. Yeah, we are early. Yeah, just coming up to 8 AM exactly, which is the scheduled arrival time of this flight. Yeah, so we are early. That is very nice to see. And yeah, very nice delivery here. Yeah, the last time I flew an SI 737 was the last ever. Yeah, the last ever flight of any, you know, of any. The last ever SI 737 NG flight. Yeah, so now we have the out with the old, into the new, right? Yeah, the new one replacing it. The second newest Max. Yeah, so previously flew the second last SING. Now this is the second newest Max 8. Not really a connection there, but you know, yeah. So very nice. Yeah, nice modeling by iFly as well. Yeah, very nice indeed. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Yes, and yeah, that marks well, the end of the video probably. Yeah, I'll now go off to do the replays. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.